Welcome back, everyone, to the 2026 Taranaki Disc Golf Open, part of the Tour Down Under. This is the final round, back 9, brought to you by GoThrow and MVP Disc Sports. I'm Sarah Hokom, here with Taylor Chocek to call the action.
Hey, what's up? We're also both on this lead card, so pretty exciting to be calling our own shots and there in person. We're here playing at the beautiful Inglewood Golf Club. Super well-maintained and groomed golf course that has the only permanent disc golf course as well. And we are in the shadows of Mount Taranaki. Some of these greens are absolutely insane. I've never seen a more beautiful disc golf course than this one.
So picturesque.
Starting off with hole 10, it is probably one of my favorite holes on the course. 247-foot island shot over this gully. And you have to land in the island to be safe. Whether you're short or long, you just proceed to the drop zone for a pretty long, challenging par safe, especially with this wind.
Jen's up first. This is an envy. Until it's not. Oh, that's a different envy.
Okay.
She makes it just fine, skips off that road. She didn't play a long putt. Be a difficult birdie, but she's still going to be able to get an easy par. This is a pyro.
Nice. I'm liking how you're throwing that pyro.
It's just an easy disc to throw.
I'm going zone here. I went backhand for rounds 1 and 2, but with the wind shift, it's more of a headwind today, so I decided to go forehand zone.
That's a great looking shot for a putt. You got this one yesterday as well.
Yep, I've been in the island all 3 rounds now, so feels good.
Impressive.
Kat going AVR 3. And she thinks it's strong out of the hand, and yeah, just barely skips over that wall. Could have stayed in.
There's like a depression right where it actually skipped over to. Jen with the layup. So an opportunity here for you to get to tie it back up.
Yeah, I'm liking my chances. Oh, did we miss? Kat?
And there it is. Tied back up at the top.
Oh, yeah, so we didn't see Kat's drop zone putt there, but she is just right inside the bullseye. Which she made the drop zone putt yesterday.
Oh,
so
wow.
I bet she was running it today.
On to hole 11. This is a par 4, 646, and it's a ceiling right out of the gap. Out into this open golf fairway. The second shot is a big shot. Players are going to want to push that right side so that the fade doesn't push them down the hill on this green. There's a lot of wind still out here, typically a headwind. The green is sloped, and the wind is pushing right to left. So players are going to try to get that thing close and get a birdie, but it is one of the hardest holes on the course.
Yep, I'm going Nuke OS here. I've made it clean out of the gap thus far in the tournament, so I decided to put a little more hyzer on it and try to get that distance out of there.
Wow, so far. And you got this one yesterday. Jen has yet to get this one. This is her Fission Defy. It's her flippy one.
She's been messing with that ceiling a lot of these days, but mostly getting up and down for
It's gonna be.
par, it seems like.
It's gonna be really tough from that position, though. I mean, now she's only 100 feet out of the tee. She's still got 550. I go roller here. It's a cosmic neutron photon. Maybe a little bit too stable a mold. I probably could have gone with a fission photon here, but it gets me out of the gap, and I'm pretty happy with that.
Kat going with her Eye Destroyer.
She also got this birdie yesterday.
pushing that gap a bit, but gets out pretty clean still.
Celebrating the tree love.
Even with how close the scores were here and coming down to the back nine, I feel like the vibes on the card were still a lot of fun.
Yeah, really supportive. That was a trail from Jen. This is a fission photon once again. I did this yesterday that we didn't get to watch, but yep. Oops.
Looks like a Thunderbird from Cat.
Yeah, I think so.
It's been a very popular mold for this tournament for our Innova players this far. That was a good looking shot. I mean, it's still a big shot from where she was there.
Yeah, with hitting that ceiling, she definitely lost distance. You're throwing a putter, which is actually insane to me. She doesn't like it.
Yeah, my last few putter shots that I've had, I haven't been like spinning them nose up and letting them float in. I've kind of just been like rocketing them pretty much flat, which they look like good throws, but it's just different than I'm used to, so they're going to fly different too.
Yeah, they're not like landing where you're expecting.
Mm-hmm.
Jen Lee's a little short, so that she'll have that for par. So long look. This is a pyro. Really liked the shot, and I was confused why it was so short. But we have the wind is just messing with the shots here.
Yeah, I really like that out of your hand too.
Cat just pitching up, and that'll be for an easy par. And this is for my par. I thought I made it, but that's all right.
Yeah, I love these baskets overall, and I haven't seen many spit outs, honestly, but those nubs will get you. If you leave it low, the nubs really keep you out, which I don't think is a bad thing, but...
Great putt from Smiley for the par. I thought she might be picking up her first bogey right there, but she got it in there. Look at this wind, too, just ripping.
Yeah, that was a big par save to stay tied for the lead here. All right, moving into hole 12. This is a par 3, 328 feet. You can go forehand or backhand. It's pretty open on both sides. There is OB long, left, and then also short and right. So it kind of wraps around the basket there. So it can come into play on pretty much any type of shot you're throwing. And the biggest thing is just to get the distance correct, I think.
And you're up first. You have yet to get this birdie.
Yeah.
On one of the easier holes on the course.
Yeah, I'm going zone, and felt like I made the correction from the last couple of days.
That looks pretty good to me. Jen's up next. This is her Vision Defy. She got this hole the first day.
Jen seems like she's been kind of playing this skip off the hill each day, and it's working really well for her.
Yeah, looks like just outside the circle for a birdie look.
Cat's going glow Thunderbird. Probably meaning to hang it out a little bit wider than that.
Yeah, this hole has had her number. It's kind of like, I think some of the challenges you faced is that the distance is just an awkward distance for her.
Yeah.
She almost needs to go mid, but she's going fairway.
And we have been having a tailwind on this hole, which just helps you sail it long if you're not careful.
I threw a Vision Photon there.
Nice.
Mertsch from her out of bounds lie, just barely out of bounds, trying to save this par. And Jen, pressure's on. You're a lot closer than she is. Looking to put this in the chains.
Looked like she was lining up a step putt, and then when she decided to just do a standstill. Oh,
The putts are just not falling so far. I think I've only made one putt today, but they're close, every one of them. Great birdie for you, finally getting this hole. So taking a stroke puts you in the lead by 1.
yeah, starting to turn my round around a little bit here with 3 of the last 4 holes getting birdies.
Heck yeah.
And Jen has just kept it clean the entire round so far.
Yeah, do you know that you took the lead here? How close are you watching scores?
I wasn't watching scores. I was actually keeping a paper scorecard, and anyway.
Yeah. Hole 13, par 4, 524 feet. The first shot's basically a distance shot, slightly uphill. Left side opens up the green. The second shot, however, you have these trees hanging down, and it's slightly uphill, so finding a perfect height to penetrate these trees will get you the birdie look. There is right OB that is sloping towards it, so it's really easy to find yourself there, and quite a few trees on the left side. Pretty difficult birdie. We haven't seen very many birdies on it so far. Just me and you, actually, on the last round.
Nice. Yeah, but back to the score question. Yeah, I wasn't really watching scores, but I do have a pretty good just sense of like what everyone's at pretty much every round I play. So I knew it was like probably within 1, but
Close enough that every shot matters.
yeah.
So you're way up on the left side. That was a nuke, I assume?
Yeah, Nuke OS.
And then this is Jen throwing a trail. So he kind of, like, that was kind of low. The wind pushed it down. She lost a lot of distance. So birdie is probably out of play for her. And this is also a fidget defy. I finally took some advice from Smiley, throwing the flippier one.
Nice. Looked like a rip. Cat going Thunderbird.
Another
Similar
great
to
shot.
mine. Yeah, just fading out to that left side, which is not a bad place to be usually.
Jen with great height.
Yeah, that was a good looking shot, just a bit left.
Yeah, and it's just a little out of range to get to the pin, so I think that was the best she could do. She did a great job there. This is a fireball. I'm trying to get that perfect height and a fade to the basket.
I saw the vision. Yeah, I just needed a little bit like earlier fade there, and it would have been really good.
I was pretty happy with it, even though the result wasn't exactly what I wanted. This looks like a rock.
I had kind of an awkward lie here. Took my time trying to get my feet placed. Went standstill zone.
Trickles into the OB.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad mistake, I think, to make at this point. Instead of driving my forehand where I wanted it, I kind of let it just float up and stall out.
Well, beautiful look by Kat. She almost threw that in. Jen puts it up in the air, giving it a look. She'll have a little small comeback around the backside. Got a little Annie flex look.
That was a good try.
And
This green leads for some pretty funky putts.
cleaning up for par.
This is for me to take the bogey. Yeah, and that ties us back up.
With just those 4 kind of short holes left and then the par 5 to finish, it is really anyone's game at this point.
Progress. It's momentum made visible. A constant push towards perfection. Moment by moment, frame by frame, we're building towards something bigger. The time lapse was my first 12-speed driver, but I knew it could be better. So we went back to the lab, tweaked the feel, the flight, and now it's what it was always meant to be. That's progress. Introducing the retooled time lapse from the Simon line. No limits.
All right, hole 14. We're back tied up for the top spot. We've got this par 3, 284 feet, and you can choose this backhand gap that we're seeing here, which with the wind we've been having hasn't really led to many birdies, but the forehand gap does get that extra wind to help the discs fade into the basket.
Yeah, Jen's been kind of playing this one for par out to the right side. With this left to right wind, it's just not going to get back. But it's a good play to make sure you're ensuring the par. I'm going to throw the sidearm, surprise. It's a Vision Photon. You know, this hole is harder than it looks for a sidearm. I don't think, I mean, a sidearm is my main throw. I never got this hole, even though it's totally in range and a sidearm. So it's pretty impressive. You can see kind of the wind just ravaging Kat's sidearm. Any kind of angle is going to push it left. But you, however, got this one the first day.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, you're the only one that's got it so far.
Interesting.
And
Yeah, I'm going very overstable and letting myself just put it out wider.
what disc is that, a Raptor?
That's a Force.
A Force. All right, a little pitch up. Jen from 60 feet. And then here it is, the birdie putt to take the lead and to take the second birdie on this hole, the whole tournament. Nice. Did you know that was the putt to take a lead?
I think so, yeah.
Felt like it. Nice.
I was pretty disappointed in that last hole, I think, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, you covered it up well, but it's a little bit of a roller coaster here. I mean, you kind of had that great, those 3 out of 4, and then that little bogey, but then you brought it right back.
Jen really taking her time here to make sure she knows what the wind's doing and how she wants to putt this.
Another good putt. She's only missed the one today.
Yeah, we haven't seen many, close misses.
I mean, I think 0 close misses. On to hole 15. 4 to play. This is a par 3, 252 feet, double mando, straight up the gut. This is the hole that Kat aced in round 1. It's really a flip up with a backhand that's going to push and ride over this statue of an owl and a lizard. onto this really pretty, slightly sloped green. Very gettable hole, but you gotta hit your line.
I'm going zone here, that same blue zone I've thrown on quite a few holes. And pretty instant tree kick that takes me out left, but didn't miss any of the Mandos.
Jen with a servo doesn't quite get the turn. Gets about halfway there.
Fireball roller.
Correct. It's got me some looks in the first 2 rounds.
Wow. That worked great. Right around the statue, right around that little tiny tree.
Yeah, man, a couple rollers out there for me this weekend. It's always fun. Kat looking to match her ace look. She threw it really good yesterday as well.
Throwing a glow J.
Third time's not the charm today.
Going around the outside.
Trying to utilize the larger space, but it's some upper branches.
Had a few forehands from a knee today, it feels like.
And that's great approach. Jen with a tricky line.
Making it look easy, though.
Mm-hmm. Opting for the outside. That's her tempo.
Cat to save the par. Yeah, walks it in.
Wow.
So yeah, she went 3 down on this hole for 3 rounds.
That's pretty good. Especially after not getting off the tee this time.
Our only birdie look on the card.
Mm-hmm. I'm not frustrated. I swear I practice putting more than it looks like I do. Couple pars for our leaders. Jen with a bag putt, eh?
Wow.
No problem. Still really clean scorecard. Just a few more to play.
Hole 16. This is our 3rd par 3 in a row. 247 feet. We've got some more Mandos here. Got to get out of this gap clean. If you're throwing the backhand, this will usually be the Anheuser section of the flight, and then you're hoping for a little fade right at the end here to take you back into this little cove where the basket sits. I'm up first, throwing that same zone.
This is the birdie you got in the first round. Oh, that looks so good and like 1 inch high.
Yeah, I feel like I just didn't fully commit to the shot and drive it forward, just left it a bit nose up there.
Jen going with a trail. She's gotten this birdie the first 2 rounds in a row.
And another good-looking shot, a bit lower than she put it out the last couple days, but that'll be a birdie putt for her again.
This is an Eclipse Crave, looking to flex it around from right to left. The wind was ripping when I was on this tee pad. I wanted to take like an extra 30 seconds. Can you take an extension on the tee pad?
I mean, you can take as long as you want until, and someone will call you and just give you a warning.
That's true, I guess.
It's only the second time that you can only take 30 seconds.
Fair. Cat putting a nice move on it, just outside the circle. An important approach here. A little bit low, but you got to look. Jen with a outside the circle putt here. She's trying to catch you, so she needs to make this. And she does a circle too. Wow. She doesn't look excited.
Yeah, nice putt by Kat as well.
Brings her back to even. She's clear of me in the third place position.
Is there anyone else in the field knocking on the door at this point for that spot?
Well, Sophia has been playing. She had a little bit of a rough round 3, but then she's been playing really good also. She's pushing up. And unfortunately, a chain right for you. That's going to cause a little bit of a swing.
Yeah, this might have been my only C1 miss of the day.
So that two-stroke swing puts Smiley with one stick ahead of you on his hole 17, par 3, 241 feet. Choose your own adventure here. You can go left, straight, or right, but the ceiling is low and the wind is ripping. Really tough to actually get to this basket. We've only seen a couple birdies on it, despite how short it is. The green is very, very guarded, a little bit of OB on the right, and some rollaway slope on the left. Jen did get this one on the first day, so it is in her wheelhouse. This is a servo. So 6.5 speed, relatively stable. Catches a tree, but she's got to look.
Yeah, that was a good looking shot. That looked like it was going to have the perfect distance if it didn't hit that tree. Cat going forehand star destroyer. Sticks it in the grass.
Yeah, the ceiling is low, and then the short fairway actually goes down and then slopes a little bit back up. It's really subtle, but it really does affect the flight.
Yeah, and this is some of the stickier grass that we see on this course. What a great line.
It gets up there, but then, that wind just pushes it way over there, leaving me a C2 putt, but I'm stoked to be up there.
Yeah, I've gone forehand both days leading up to this on this hole and decided to go down to a backhand mid-range and try and get up the gut. Forehand was just mostly a par play for me, but I figured at this point I should be trying for the birdie.
Yeah, get a little aggressive.
Yeah, I left that low. I think with the left to right wind with the disc on hyzer, it just wants to push down.
That makes sense. Cat with a pitch up. This is a little bit out of range with this. Are you running this?
Yeah, I'm running it. Might be C3.
Man, that wind just keeps it up. So a little bit of a comebacker there.
And just lays it up.
Yeah, she told me later that she thought she had 2 strokes on you at this point, but she didn't. So she did a little miscalculation and thought maybe she should have tried to make that putt. Excellent comebacker Now, you left a lot of work on that backside, and especially in such a pressure situation, to make that putt and still keep it within one going into 18. That is a clutch putt.
Yeah, I was almost kicking myself for how far past I went on that initial putt, but I knew I needed to run it, and that's just the risky run with the headwind. And, you know, I'm just throwing I putt so spinny that they'll just keep going.
Well done recollecting yourself and not beating yourself up enough to make yourself miss that comeback. Or sometimes that's an easy thing to do. So last hole here.
Yeah, pretty exciting. Going into hole 18. This is a huge hole, par 5, 685 feet. We're in the main part of this fairway, and now we are flying over what is the hazard, and the basket is on an island in that hazard. So, yeah, a lot can happen on this hole, and I've been finding myself in the hazard a few times already this week.
There's a lot of hazard to be had. And it's also the hardest hole in the course and hasn't been birdied yet. So right now, Smiley's in the lead, and you have to birdie this. Vision Defy. Puts it in play. That's great. Cat with a Hawkeye.
Yeah, that was a nice shot right down the middle, just like Jen.
So Fission Photon.
Nuke OS for me, surprise, surprise.
Same play as the other days.
Yep. Just trying to keep it lower and flatter.
The other 2 days, you throw it OB left, right?
Yeah, into
or
the hazard there.
Hazard left, so now you're in play, so an improvement here with a chance to get the birdie. Jen with the Fission Defy, the flippier one this time. And nestles pretty close to the line there, only about 15 feet off. This is a fireball. Looking to put it very close to the line. And I don't know what happened there. That was extremely short, but oh well.
Cat also going for the layup. Looks like AVR 3. Yeah, I was faced with a bit of a decision here. I have eagled this hole before, and I was just going to play for the eagle the other 2 days if I hadn't gone in the hazard. So I was deciding whether I should go for the birdie and just force Jen to also have the birdie, or to go for the eagle and risk just, landing in the hazard and not even having a shot. So
you're going for the birdie now.
Yeah, decided to go for the birdie. The only problem was I didn't quite know exactly where to lay up with what gaps were available, but I went and scouted it out while you guys were throwing your second shots.
Yeah, there is a ceiling. It is downhill, and then it does come uphill back up to the green. So again, it's another one of those shots that's visually a little bit difficult, and just short in the hazard.
Yeah, I found that upslope of the grass, and there's really not a lot of skip there, especially with a zone-type disc. So I think looking back, maybe disking up to a Raptor just to get some of that skip.
Yeah, that makes sense. But you still got to look to save the par from not too far outside of the hazard.
Yep, so this is still a big shot for Jen.
Jen's throwing a servo.
So yeah, I have the chance to make this par putt and force her to have to make this birdie putt.
What a shot. She sticks the landing. I mean, to have the only birdie look in the whole field for the whole weekend is pretty amazing on this final hole.
Yeah, with all that pressure on her shoulders.
Ah, the wind is Kat's kind of on an island right now in third place, so it's not really going to affect her too much. Just need to get up and down here. It's like that tree might be in her backswing, so she's going to give herself that extra 8 inches.
Needing to take still, kind of a funky stance there. But no problem for her.
So throwing my par shot from the hazard.
Yes, I've got a par putt here. I know I was just telling myself, make sure you give it a chance.
Yeah,
Have
absolutely.
it high enough. I'd missed some putts low already today, so.
Oh, you definitely got it up high enough. Valiant effort.
Yeah, still a long putt.
Now, Jen here, she actually doesn't have to make this. But, you know, she looks like she's going for it.
Stone cold.
Gets the birdie to take the win in a bogey-free round. She told me her hand was shaking during that putt. It's pretty amazing to make that putt, too. So, wow. And then here you are finishing up after a really great tournament. You have a lot to be proud of. Just the single bogey to finish. And this putt is to maintain 4th. Sophia came up, played a really good round, minus just the 1 hole. Ended up in 5th place. And Kat is on an island in 3rd.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that marks the conclusion of FPO here at the MVP Discs Taranaki Open, and we're here with our champion. Introducing your FPO champion for the tournament. Give it up for Jennifer Smiley. Yeah! All right. Jen, what a week. That was an epic finish.
Yeah.
Birdie on the last to cap off a 5-under closing round, the hottest round in the FPO field for the week.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And you've just won your first MVP Discs Tour Down Under tournament. Talk us through how you're feeling having eclipsed this victory today.
I'm feeling really, really good. Yeah, I was definitely nervous coming down the stretch. I remember I asked Kat on, like, 18 after I threw across. I was like, can I lay up my putt? Like, or do I have to make it? And we were like, I think we can lay up, but I ended up, I don't know, it was like 15 feet. I couldn't lay that up, so I had to make it. But definitely nervous, but I felt really calm throughout the round and just didn't, like, make any big mistakes or anything. I just kept it clean out there, which pays off on this course with all the wind and OB and everything.
Well, it all added up when it mattered, and that was at the end of the tournament to win by, I think, 1 or 2. We played this week with some formidable competition. You had a great final round lead card here. Taylor Chocek, Kat Mertsch, Sarah Hokom on the card. What does it mean to you to go into what's going to be another big year for you, having had this 4-week or 4-event stint in New Zealand to warm up for another season?
It means a lot. Getting this win off the bat, I've put a lot of work into my form, and it's still kind of shaky, but it just proves to me that I'm moving in the right direction and I'm making all the important changes that I need to, and that I can stay calm under pressure and not let anything get to me.
Well, with that under New Zealand summer sun, we cap off the very first 2026 MVP Discs Tour Down Under event, and with that, MVP Discs' very own Jennifer Smiley is your Taranaki Disc Golf Open champion. Give it up for Jennifer.
What a weekend for Smiley. And yourself, everybody in the competitors on this card. And so this is going to put Smiley in the lead of the Tour Down Under. These points actually, though, don't count for the go throw. That'll be next weekend where we're in Taupo.
Okay, gotcha.
And then also the 4th weekend at Bottle Lake also counts for the go throw points. Such a fitting champion, though, for our first Tour Down Under to have it sponsored by MVP Disc Sports, aligning with the growth and education of the Tour Down Under. And then for one of their top players, Jennifer Smiley, to win is kind of special. Although we really enjoyed your battle, and it was great to see your maturity. And I'm excited to continue to watch you compete in these next few events.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think we're all just shaking the rust off and showing how much potential we all have to shoot some good rounds out here throughout this tour.
It's going to be a great battle for the next 3 events on this tour, so join us on the next one.